Alright, so today I'm going to be telling you the top 10 worst Hampton Bay fans made today. And some of you might agree with me on this, and some of you might disagree. So let's get started. And I wrote a list down here. I'll show you it. Yep. So let's get started. So number 10 is the Carriage House 2. Now, Hampton Bay Carriage House 2s are bad because they make scraping noises, and they were made by King of Fans, and King of Fans made Hampton Bay fans aren't very good. But Carriage House 1s were good. But Carriage House 2s are bad because they make scraping noises and their blades sag, because a lot of King of Fans made Hampton Bay fans the blades sag, and I hope they don't make a Carriage House 3, because that would be bad. Well, I mean, it would sort of be bad if the Carriage House 3 was made by King of Fans, but if they ever make a Carriage House 3, I hope they're made by Air-Cooled, because Air-Cooled made Hampton Bay fans all the good made Hampton Bay fans, and SMC made Hampton Bay fans are good too. So, yeah. And, yeah, Carriage House 2s are bad, but the main problem of them is just the scraping noises, and they have a cheap motor. And, yeah. And Carriage House 2s may have a beautiful design, but they're just cheap pieces of junk. So, yeah, and they're bad quality, so don't buy them. Alright, so number 10 is the Carriage House 2. Number 9 is the Bell Coastal, which is what I have in the dining room. It's made out of cardboard, and it's black. Now, same as the Carriage House 2, the Bell Coastal is also made by King of Fans. You know, the blades sag, but Bell Coastals don't make scraping noises that I've heard before. Me and my stepmom, Angelica, made one out of cardboard, and it's colored black, and we installed it in the dining room. And I saw it one time running on low, and it goes really, really slow on low. I hope it doesn't go very, very slow on high. And, I don't know if it wobbles or not. I've never seen it on high or medium before. I've only seen it on low. So, yeah, they may, again, like the Carriage House 2, the Bell Coastals may be beautiful fans, but they're junk. So, yeah, the blades sag, and they make noises, and they wobble. So number 10 is the Carriage House 2. Number 9 is the Bell Coastal. Number 8 is the San Marino. Now, San Marinos are bad because they have a really, really, really small motors, and a lot of fan collectors that I know of that have made videos of San Marinos, they only work on 2 or 1 speed. I know. It's crazy. And some San Marinos, they don't even work at all. You just took them out of the box for Home Depot. Pieces of junk. So number 8 is the San Marino. Number 7 is the Carousel. Both 1 and 2. Now, carousels are bad because, like the San Marino, they have really small motors and bad capacitors. You know, and that's bad because if fans have bad capacitors, that could cause a fire, and that could burn your house down if you had one. But if you were running a carousel both 1 and 2, or the first and second generation on high, they would probably start smoking, you know. If you were running a carousel like first and second generation on high, if a carousel was running on high, they would probably be smoking. So you have to keep them on medium, or low to keep them from smoking. So number 7 is the carousel, both first and second generations, and both 1 and 2. Number 6 is the Colby. Now Colbys are bad because the blades sag, and again made by King of Fans. Yeah, a lot of King of Fans made Hampton Bay fans are not good. Yeah, the Colbys, they were only sold at Home Depot in 2007 through 2008, and then they were discontinued, which was good because Colbys were bad fans because the blades sag, and Colbys are copies of the Huntington 2s, only it had different light shades. A lot of fan collectors that I know of have Colbys that blades sag. So yeah. So number 6 is the Colby. Number 5 is the Huntington. Yet again made by King of Fans, both second and third generations. Not the first generation. I'm not talking about the first generation. That's the good Huntington. Because the first generation of the Huntington was made by SMC. So the first generation Huntington was good, but the bad Huntingtons, the second and third ones were made by King of Fans. So yeah, that's bad. The blades sag, they wobble, they make noises because they have a really cheap motor. Yep, that's the main problem with King of Fans made Hampton Bay fans. So number 5 is the Huntington, both second and third generations. Number 4 is the Grayton 2. Now Grayton 2s are bad. Well, the first generation of the Hampton Bay Graytons were good because they were made by SMC, and I think King of Fans also made Grayton 2s. I don't know. There's like a lot of newer Hampton Bay fans. Bad Hampton Bay fans were made by King of Fans. So I don't know. I'm not quite 100% sure which company made the Grayton 2s, but I don't know. It might have been King of Fans, I'm assuming. So yeah. And Grayton 2s are bad. They wobble, their blades sag, they have really small motors, they make buzzing noises and things like that. So number 4 is the Grayton 2. Number 3 is the Landmark. Not the first generation and not the second generation, but the third generation. And now I actually have one in the kitchen made out of paper. It has 4 blades and it has stencil design on it. My grandparents had to waste their money buying a Hampton Bay Landmark that makes buzzing noises and it wobbles. Yeah, it's horrible, right? And I'm gonna get rid of the one in the kitchen, and I'm gonna replace that with the Hampton Bay Glendale. The Hampton Bay Glendale was one of the better made Hampton Bay fans because it was made by Aircool. It wasn't made by King of Fans, and I think Landmarks were made by King of Fans too. They might have been. So, number 3 is the Landmark. Number 2 is the Middleton. Middletons are one of the newer Hampton Bay fans. They were introduced in 2013, and then they've been sold from then on. Middletons are bad because they have a really small motor. Just horrible motor. And they wobble, they make buzzing noises. Now again, the Middleton might have a nice design on it, but you know, it's just a bad fan. So yeah. So number 2 is the Middleton. Now for the worst Hampton Bay fan made today, which is the Littleton. Now Littletons are bad because they have a really small motor, probably even smaller motor than the Middleton, because the Littletons are the most cheapest cheapest ceiling fans sold at Home Depot today. I've seen them at Home Depot and I was shocked. My jaw just dropped. They're $29. Wow, I'm not buying Littletons. They're my least favorite Hampton Bay fans. They used to be. But yeah. Now older Littletons are good, but newer Littletons are bad. So yeah. But yeah, I guess that's about it. Those are the 10 worst Hampton Bay fans made today. So, and the worst is the Littleton. The second worst is the Middleton. The third worst is the Landmark 3 Plus. The fourth worst is the Gritton 2. The fifth worst is the Huntington, both 2 and 3. Sixth worst is the Colby. The seventh worst is the Carousel, both 1 and 2. The eighth worst is the San Marino. The ninth worst is the Bell Coastal. And the 10th worst is the Carriage House 2. So, I hope you enjoy it. And if any of you agree with me on this list, please comment down below. So, thanks for watching. More videos to come.